You ever have a moment where the world just stops, and you realize everything you thought you knew about fairness, about right and wrong, is about to get flipped upside down? That's what happened to me, Judge Daniel Carter, on a chilly morning in Cleveland's federal courthouse, when 10 million people saw my life change on live TV. I was just a guy trying to do my job, seeking justice for my dad. But what happened that day, man? It became something so much bigger. Picture this. I'm walking down this grand marble hallway, my tie knotted tight, briefcase swinging, ready to preside over the trial of the decade, the case about my father, James Carter, a retired cop gunned down during a traffic stop. The National Justice Network's got cameras rolling, 10 million folks tuned in, expecting a routine court day. I'm steps from the courtroom when Officer Sarah Mitchell, all sharp eyes and clenched jaw, steps in front of me like I'm some trespasser. "Sir, this is a restricted area," she snaps, hand twitching toward her baton. I raise an eyebrow, keep my cool, and say, "Officer, I belong here." Her partner, Emily Vaughn, moves in, smirking like she's got me all figured out. "Don't care who you think you are, buddy, you're disrupting a federal proceeding." I glance at the camera lens peeking through the courtroom doors, and I can't help but smile a little. "Maybe you should check who's running this show," I say, calm as you please. But before I can blink, Mitchell grabs my shoulders, slams me against the oak doors, bam. The impact's so loud it's like a gunshot through the live feed. My head smacks the brass nameplate, and I hit the floor, blood pooling under me, warm and sticky on the cold marble. 10 million people just saw that, and let me tell you, the gasps echoing through their TV speakers, they match the ones in my own head. I'm lying there, vision blurry, pain screaming through my skull, but I'm not just some guy they messed with the wrong person. I'm the judge presiding over this case, and they just beat me up on national television. As I reach for my fallen briefcase, my hands shaking, I pull out my judicial robe, black and heavy with meaning. With Bailiff Tom Harris's help, I stand, drape it over my shoulders, and the crowd, court clerks, guards, even the camera crew goes dead silent. Mitchell's face? White as a ghost. Vaughn's backing away like she can undo what she just did. "I'm Judge Daniel Carter," I say, blood dripping down my cheek, voice steady as steel. "I'm here to preside over the trial for my father's death, and you just gave America a front row seat to why this matters." Let's rewind a bit. 3 years ago, my dad, James Carter, a 25-year veteran of the Cleveland PD, was driving home from my nephew's birthday party. He was a good man, coached kids soccer, volunteered at food drives, never had a single excessive force complaint. But that night, officers Laura Bennett and Rachel Hayes pulled him over, claiming a busted taillight, which, funny thing, his car didn't have. Body cam footage, buried for years, showed him sitting calm, hands on the wheel, saying, "Officer, I'm a retired cop, just reaching for my ID." But they didn't care. They saw a black man, decided he was trouble, and when he reached for his wallet, Hayes shot him 3 times in the back. His last words, caught on tape? "Please, I've got grandkids." They lied, said he lunged at them, and the department buried the footage until we fought like hell to get it. Back in the courthouse, I'm bleeding but standing, staring down Mitchell and Vaughn. The irony's so thick you could cut it with a knife. These officers just reenacted the same brutality my dad's trial is about. I refuse to step down. I tell the courtroom, justice doesn't wait, not for my dad, not for me, not for anyone. The trial kicks off, and the evidence is a gut punch. Attorney Lisa Grant plays the body cam footage for the jury. Dad's hands up, his voice steady. Then bang, bang, bang. The medical examiner, Dr. Susan Lee, shuts down the defense's weak excuses. "He was shot in the back," hands raised, she says, her voice like ice. This wasn't self-defense, it was murder. Internal Affairs Detective Mark Evans admits the department hid the footage, claiming camera malfunctions in a dozen other cases too. The jury's faces? They're done with the lies. The defense attorney, Paul Reynolds, tries to spin it so Bennett and Hayes thought Dad was a threat. I lean forward, my bandage catching the light, and ask, "Counselor, does a 68-year-old man with his hands up, announcing his every move, look like a threat to you?" Reynolds stammers, his case crumbling like cheap drywall. The jury deliberates for just 2 hours. Guilty on second-degree murder for Bennett and Hayes. The courtroom erupts, gasps, tears, even some applause. Then I call in Mitchell and Vaughn, now in handcuffs, orange jumpsuits replacing their badges. They plead guilty on the spot assault on a federal judge, civil rights violations, the works. No trial needed. Their crimes on tape for the world to see. I stand, robe heavy on my shoulders, and address them, the cameras, the nation. You saw a black man and decided I didn't belong here. I say, my voice low but cutting. You slammed me against that door because you thought your badge gave you power over my rights. But justice? It's not just for people who look like you, it's for everyone. Or it's nothing. I sentence Bennett and Hayes to life without parole, Mitchell and Vaughn to 10 years each, barred from law enforcement forever. But I'm not done. I look into the camera, blood still crusting my bandage, and say, to every cop watching, this isn't about tearing you down. It's about lifting up what policing should be: service, not superiority. That day changed everything. The James Carter Police Accountability Act passed Congress, mandating body cams, federal oversight, a national database for rogue cops. Cleveland's crime rate dropped as community policing took root: cops and kids talking at block parties, not glaring across protest lines. Young officers like Maria Lopez started speaking out, saying, I signed up to protect, not to hurt. My dad's old precinct? They're retraining everyone, no exceptions. The courthouse got renamed in Dad's honor, and there's a plaque where I was attacked that reads, Here, justice chose courage. 6 months later, I'm at a national conference, scar on my forehead barely visible, telling a room full of cops, activists, and families, justice isn't something you wait for, it's something you fight for, every damn day. My mom, Ellen Carter, wipes tears as she watches me turn our pain into progress. Police killings of unarmed folks? Down 67%. Body cam compliance? Near 100%. But the real win? People aren't afraid to trust cops anymore, not everywhere. Not yet, but it's a start. So, here's the thing: what happened to me, to my dad. It's not just our story. It's every town, every street, where someone's judged before they're heard. Was I right to keep presiding, blood and all? Should those officers have gotten lighter sentences or harder ones? Drop justice in the comments.